Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today's video involves a reimagining of the set list for the OASIS Live 25 show. Originally featuring 23 songs and one song of pre-recorded walk-on music. The tour/event/phenomenon has reached its conclusion, and the band stuck with the same set list for all the dates of the Live 25 tour. I was fortunate enough to see Oasis at Soldier Field in Chicago at the end of August 2025. By no means do I feel disappointed in the original set list. The point of this is just to have some fun and throw some ideas around on some possible song alternatives, that is all. If you haven't seen my original video regarding the Live 25 set list, and by the number of views it's gotten, you probably haven't. It might be helpful to watch that video first prior to this one. But in the event that you can't/won't, I do give a brief overview of the original setlist sections before proceeding with the reimagined ones. So here we go. The walk-on music that we will call In the Bushes for our purposes today. The opening track of their fourth album, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants, released in February 2000. Of course, this walk-on music should never be changed, not even contemplated. So here is part one of the show, 9 songs, originally 7 album tracks from the first 2 albums and 2 B-sides. A little note, something I was cognizant of was discarding songs and choosing new songs that would be helpful in the interest of preserving Liam's voice. The legend is in his 50s now, and there is a history of vocal issues affecting ability to perform. And let's face it, Noel would write melodies that would often test the limits of Liam's vocal range. So here's a list of the original 9 songs from part 1. Hello, Acquiesce, Morning Glory, Some Might Say, Bring It On Down, Cigarettes and Alcohol, Fade Away, Supersonic, and Roll With It. Of these 9 songs, I decided to switch out 3. Morning Glory, Some Might Say, and Roll With It. Morning Glory is a solid rocker, just like Bring It On Down, and that chorus on Morning Glory is a prime example of pushing the limits of the voice. Some Might Say and Roll With It are of course great tunes, but again this is just for fun / a hypothetical exercise. I originally wanted to switch Fade Away for a comparable B-side, such as Listen Up. However, it feels like Fade Away is the easier song to sing, so I decided to keep it. To replace the 3 songs, I have chosen Columbia and DIGSY'S Dinner from Definitely Maybe and Round Our Way, a lesser famous Wonderwall B-side. I always loved the driving pulse of Columbia and thought it would be great to hear the brothers sing that chorus together. DIGSY'S Dinner inject a little playfulness about dating in the 90s, treating a girl right with a lasagna dinner and strawberries and cream for dessert. Perhaps extend the length of that piano solo. And finally, Round Our Way, which is just a fun little tune that features a brass section. So why not give those brass guys another song to jam out to? Roll With It would normally close out part 1, but now it's gone, so we need a new closer. We don't have to look very hard, because Supersonic was originally second to last, and now it can be the final track for a stronger close to part 1 of the show. Moving on to part 2, Noel takes over for 3 songs while Liam takes a break. The original 3 songs are Talk Tonight, which is a Some Might Say B-side, Half the World Away, which is a Whatever B-side, and Little by Little, an album track from their 5th album, Heathen Chemistry, from 2002. Of course, I don't want to change any of these songs, but I feel the need to change at least one. Talk Tonight has historical significance, and Little by Little was one of the greatest sing-alongs of the night. So I decided to discard Half the World Away, which of course is sad, as Noel dedicated it to the members of the Chicago crowd who claim Irish ancestry. For new options, I wrestled with Do You Want to Be a Spaceman, Mucky Fingers or Falling Down, but I chose Going Nowhere, a Stand By Me B-side. It has a similar vibe to Half the World Away, and again, it provides an opportunity for the brass musicians to flex. Part 3, Liam Returns. The original Part 3 consists of 7 songs, 6 album tracks, and 1 non-album single. Do You Know What I Mean and Stand By Me, both from their 3rd album, Be Here Now. Cast No Shadow from What's the Story, Morning Glory. Slide Away from Definitely Maybe. Whatever, the non-album single that was released between albums 1 and 2. And finally, Live Forever and Rock and Roll Star, both from Definitely Maybe. I almost got rid of 4 songs, but I decided to switch it to just 3. The 3 that I am getting rid of are Stand By Me, Cast No Shadow, and Slide Away. The main reason for removing Slide Away was again in the interest of preserving the voice, so hopefully that lessens the displeasure regarding that decision. The 4th one was going to be Whatever, with the intention of switching it out for I Am the Walrus. However, Whatever seems like an easier song to sing, and we still get a taste of the Beatles when Liam sings some lyrics from Octopus's Garden at the end of Whatever. The 3 new songs that I decided to add are Stay Young, a Do You Know What I Mean B-side, Lila from Don't Believe the Truth from 2005, and The Shock of the Lightning from their 2008 studio album Dig Out Your Soul. I have a special fondness for Stay Young, and seeing the age range of audience members in their 50s and 60s all the way down to very, very young kids that were clad in OASIS shirts and hats was an amazing thing to see. I go into some further detail regarding Stay Young on my Be Here Now Reimagined video, so perhaps give that a viewing. Lila and The Shock of the Lightning were chosen basically because they rock and they provide some representation from their later discography. I originally wanted to switch around the order of Live Forever and Rock and Roll Star and conclude Part 3 with Live Forever. However, Live Forever kinda has a darker vibe with its guitar outro, so I decided against it. Rock and Roll Star is more joyful and has an outro that is more playful and more upbeat, and therefore closes out Part 3 of the show. Part 4, the encore. 4 songs to go. Noel takes the first 2 songs and Liam takes the last 2. 4 OASIS classics: The Master Plan, Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, and Champagne Supernova. It would be extremely difficult to have an OASIS reunion show without these 4 songs. None of them can be omitted. They could theoretically be relocated to other parts of the set list, but why bother? It's a perfect way to end the show, and I don't have the heart to even think about where to relocate them or what to replace them with. 3 of the greatest album tracks in their discography, all from their sophomore album, and perhaps their most famous and prized B-side. Part 4 remains unchanged. The concert ends. Bring on the fireworks. Here is a review of the reimagined / hypothetical / just for fun set list. In part 1, we got rid of Morning Glory, some might say, and Roll With It, replacing them with Columbia, DIGSY'S Dinner, and Round Our Way. In part 2, we parted ways with Half the World Away and replaced it with Going Nowhere. In part 3, we said goodbye to Stand By Me, Cast No Shadow, and Slide Away, substituting Stay Young, Lila, and The Shock of the Lightning. And for the encore / part 4, We change nothing because it is perfect as is. And our B-side list changed. We removed Half the World Away, however, we added Round Our Way, Going Nowhere, and Stay Young. If you made it this far, like always, I truly thank you. Please don't be too angry, and be on the lookout for more Oasis videos. Please like and subscribe.